going to now do is I'm going to turn the recordings on. So everyone, please be aware that you are now being recorded. Then I'm also going to just put on the screen share. And then what I'm also just going to do is I'm going to mute everyone, because what happens is that when you're all in the same room, the one computer's got a slightly faster internet connection than the other, which then means that there is an echo that goes through the platform. Okay, so the first thing I want everybody to be aware of is I want you to be aware of the address for this site. So the address for this site is lms.summitcollegepretoria.co.za. So it's different from the other LMS that you've been used to in the past. So I'm saying it again, it's lms.summitcollegepretoria.co.za. I'm also just going to put that address into the Zoom chat. So you should just be able to copy the address from the Zoom chat there. Okay, so it looks like we've got another computer that's come online there. It says Delphine, so I've just put that one on mute as well. So if you want to just make sure you've got the correct address, I want you to go to that LMS summitcollegepretoria.co.za. Now, the first thing then that I would want you to do is I would want you to log in using your username and your password. So all of you should have usernames on this platform again. And let me just bring up on the screen so we can just quickly confirm. Okay, so these are the people who currently have access to this particular version of the site. So if we could just, if you could just give me a quick confirmation of whether these are everybody that's on, if there's anybody missing. I'm just going to briefly stop the screen share. I just want to open up my emails in a different tab. And I'm going to share the screen again. I just want to quickly confirm this list. Okay, Antu is there. Eamon is there. Okay, so this is the list that I've got. Yes. Okay, looks like everybody is on that should be on. So I just want to see that we've got a couple of the people who've logged in so far. So that's good. What I want us to do as far as possible today, please, is I want all of you to try and log in, because what we're going to be doing is we're first going to explore how it looks as a learner. So what's going to happen is I'm going to log out now. Okay, so you'd always log in by typing in your username and your password. And then it would bring you to this screen. And this is now if you're a learner or if you're assessor, the first screen it will always show you. Okay, and we've got a, okay, so we've just got a request there for a correction. So let's quickly take care of that. Ah, yes, I see. There we go. So one thing to always keep in mind when you're talking to the learners is the usernames are always in lowercase. Usernames are always in lowercase. Right. So when you then log in for the first time, when the user logs in, we're going to see that the learners are enrolled for this orientation and training course, learner orientation and induction. So this is the first course that I want all of you to join in, because this is going to show you the view as a student. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to quickly add some additional blocks here. I'm going to add a completion block. And then I'm also going to add the attendance block. And then another block that I'm going to also just add is I'm also just going to add the course dedication block. In one of the other classes, I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to make use of that. But for now, I'm just going to take you through what I want you to be doing for me in this first in learner orientation and induction. Okay, so when you log into the platform, or when you're in a course, or when your learners are in a course, you'll see that there are 3 columns. This first column on the left is what we call the drawer. So, you know, it's like a filing cabinet, the drawer. And if you click on these 3 little lines, it makes it larger and it makes it smaller. Okay, so that is then the drawer. And this then is where the student would be able to navigate in between different areas of the course. Then what you've got in this center column is you've got the actual course content. So the actual course content is in this particular section. Then this column that's on, oh, sorry, this is the leftmost column. Then the middle column and the rightmost column is where you then find the elements that give you more information about the course. So for example, if I click there on the dedication tool button, it would show me which learners have logged into the course and how long they've been in the course. The completion progress bar will show how people are progressing through the course. The attendance block is where the learners can click to attend. The course completion status is then going to show when things are completed, and the calendar will then show dates. Now, at the moment, one of the first things we see is on this completion progress block, there are a lot of blocks that are currently marked as red. That the red block means that the student has either failed it or that they are overdue with it. So this is then because the expected finishing date is already in the past. So one of the things that you should do when you ever kind of create a course is you've just got to check that the dates that you have are correct. So for example, over there, we've got the announcements. I've turned editing on. So when the learner would see it, it would look like this. But when you've turned the editing on, it will look like this. So if you've got these moving icons and you've got these edits, that means you've got editing turned on. If you don't see those, it means that you don't have editing turned on. But in this first course that you'll be doing for me, you're going to be the learners. So that means you're not going to have this editing button on. But let me then show you what I'm going to now do. So I'm now going to edit this activity, and I'm then going to go for the activity, the availability to change the date. So I'm going to put a expected completion date on of, well, today is now December, and I'm going to put it on, I want this to be finished by the 8th of December. Now you can see one of those red blocks has gone black to being a blue block because the work isn't due yet. Now I'm going to check this next one, and I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to make the same change. I'm going to say it needs to be finished by the 8th of December. So you see now there's one more of these blocks that have turned blue. And then I just want to see over here, I'm just going to edit that because I just want to make this details over there correct. Okay, so you see, now we can see, the next one is the self-marking quiz, the essay quiz, reflect on learning, and some of these other exercises. So now we're just going to change them again. So what's then very important is that you always then just make sure that your dates are correct. Okay, so there I've now fixed that date, and I've fixed that date. So the reason why I'm now showing you how to fix the dates is because you as the assessor will want to always then just make sure that it's something that you fixed. It's actually one of the more common changes that you're going to be required to do. So changing the date isn't particularly difficult. It is just, fairly tedious. Okay, so let's just make sure we've changed all of the dates. Okay, so now how do we know that all of the dates are fixed? Because we can see that they are all now in blue. If they were still showing as red, it would have meant that they were late. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now add an activity. One of the common activities that we're going to have is we're going to have the attendance register. So the attendance register is then just how the learners will be able to mark that they're present, or for you as the facilitator. So one thing to keep in mind is very often on these blocks, they've got two steps. The first step is to actually add the activity to the course, and then you would click on it, and then you would add a session. So I'm now going to make a session for today. I'm going to put it from 5 till 23. I'm going to allow the students to record their own attendance. I'm going to put it on as automatically marking, and I'm going to click on automatically select higher status available. Okay, so now the first thing I want all of you to do, please, is I want all of you to minimize this window that I'm sharing with you, because I want you to actually go to the website and to log in. It doesn't have to be all of you at the same computer. It can just be one person per computer. What we're also just going to do is we're also just going to stop the video for everyone, myself included. and I'm also going to stop the screen share. That way, it's a little bit easier for you to focus on your own screen. So what I want you to now do is one person at each computer. I want you to try and log into the website. If you want to ask me a question, you can just do so in the chat, or you can just quickly unmute yourself to ask me a question. So remember, the reason why I'm asking you to log in now is because the best way of learning how to do something like this is to actually do it. Okay, Eamon, I can see that you're in. That's good. Thank you. Okay, I see we've got a new message here. Okay. Right. So we've got two people that are in. So what I want you to now do is I want you to make sure that you can go into the learner orientation and induction course. So you can just make use of the Zoom controls by giving a quick wave or by putting a chat message in. So you can either give me a quick reaction now or just send me a quick chat to say that you've managed to get into the learner orientation and induction course. Okay, so now I see that what we've got is we've got two people in the course. I'm now going to share my screen again. So like I said, this is the same thing that I teach the learners, because the learners also need to know how to use the system a little bit. But when I teach you what I'm teaching the learners, it will also enable you to realize what are some of the tools available. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is, do you see that there is an announcements? So in the announcements, I'm going to now type a new topic. I'm going to say, welcome to the orientation. And then I say, welcome to the orientation. So this announcement tool is then something that you can use to make announcements. So think of it like a bulletin board. What you can also do in this bulletin board is you can then also attach documents for your learners to download. So I want everybody who's logged in, I want you to click on where it says announcements, just so that you can open it up. So the chief use of that announcement then is to send out notifications to the learners and to share important information with them. So for example, it sounds like that there's going to have to be a rewrite of some of the papers that leaked, which I think is going to be very inconvenient for a lot of people. But that would be something that you would put in as an announcement. Okay, so that's now the announcements. I'm going to quickly, when I click on, okay, so on the course completion, it shows me that no one's actually clicked on the announcements yet. So everyone, please just click on the announcements so that you can go into that particular activity. So, because one of the nice things of this Moodle platform is it tells you how your students are progressing. Okay, so I'm just going to change the activity there slightly. Okay, then in the next one, it's the say hello. So sometimes you might want your learners to have group discussions. That's one of the other features where this can come in useful, this forum tool. So what I want everybody who's on the platform to do now for me is I want you to add a new discussion topic, and I want you to say, what is your favorite animal or food? What is your favorite animal or food? So please tell us what is your favorite food. So when you want to then add a new discussion topic, you'll see that there is this blue button, and then you will click on it, and then it will bring up a subject and a message. So I want you to each quickly post for me what is your favorite animal or your favorite food. Okay, so are you managing to, aha, there we see one from, we can see one. His favorite food is rice and beef stew. Okay, so that's then one person so far. And let's just, and if we now click on this completion progress bar, we will see that there is a 1 over there. Okay, so I just want to quickly make sure that we add everybody as a learner as well. So that way it will all just show up on the reports as well. There we go. So the course completion bar then show us when people have done various elements. So in this orientation tool, we can now see that there are a couple of messages then. And what you'll also be able to do is you'll be able to reply on it. So this message board, which I've got as a say hello, is then essentially a forum where people can then have non-synchronous communication. So non-synchronous communication is something where somebody posts and then somebody replies. Asynchronous communication is like what we are doing right now, where we are busy talking and we can go back and forth. Okay, so now for the attendance register, what I would want you to do is, those of you who are present, I want you to click on the attendance, and then there should be a little button over there where it says that you can mark your attendance there. I can't do it at the moment because I am a site administrator. Okay, so the attendance then, there should be a little button which will allow you to mark as attendance. Then over here, we've got a button that says complete your profile. And if you click on it, it is then going to ask you to complete your profile. Then over here, we've got a section that says accessing materials, and it's got a page and it's got a book. So a page is how you would show people a single portion of information. Let's say you want to share with them a particular diagram. A book is multiple different pages. So here I've got chapter 1, and over here I've got chapter 2. Then there's two ways in which you can test a learner's knowledge. The one is a self-marking quiz, and a self-marking quiz is a quiz that will immediately tell you whether you've got things right or wrong. So I'm now going to be typing in some elements here. Then what's important is you've always got to tell it that you want to finish and that you want to finish. And then it will tell me that I've got this quiz 10 out of 10, which is 100%. And then I'll finish it. And then the next type of quiz that we've got is we've got an essay question. Now, essay questions are things that need a longer response. In this case, it would ask you, why do you think a learner management system is important? So I would go, it is important because individuals need to be able to access their work electronically. This is more efficient and effective than paper portfolios. This is also very useful during the COVID-19 era. And then I'll tell it to finish the attempt, and then I'll tell it to submit and finish, and then it is finished. Then what we've got is we've got two types of assignment. You've got the one type of an assignment where you would add a submission simply by typing in the text. So this is a text submission, and then I would save it. And then what's important is that this is still a draft. I must then click on submit assignment again. I must make a declaration it's my own work, and then I continue. Then the next type of an assessment is one where you would upload a document. So I'm just quickly going to download this document. So now I've downloaded this document, I've done the work as an assignment, and what I would then do is I would then click on this button to add a submission. I would go to my desktop, and then I would drag and drop the file, and then I would tell it to save changes, and then I would tell it to submit the assignment again. I would tell it it is my own work, and then I would click on continue, and then I would go back to the course. Like I said, you can use this element on the side to also navigate, and then I would reflect on my learning, which is then just quickly submitting how I perceived the questions to be. So now if we take a look here at this completion progress bar, it would show that some things are green. Those are the things that I finished. Some things are blue, which are things that I'm not yet finished with, but now it is finished. So for example, two things that aren't finished yet is the essay questions, because that only still needs to be marked. And then you'll see over here that there are two yellow things. The two yellow things are things that would still need to be marked by the facilitator. So one of the things I'm then just quickly going to do is I'm just quickly going to make sure that I've put all of you in as just students in this particular course, because it seemed that when I enrolled you the first time, I had enrolled you as teachers. Because what I want now everybody in this particular group to do, so this is our first exercise. I want you to now log into the site, and then I want you to do each of the activities as they are appearing in this course. And again, the reason why we are doing this is we are doing this to make sure that you as educators know how the learner experience for the students are. So you can see over here, I've got a progress bar that's almost all of the way blue, but I want you to then do all of this the same way for me. Okay, so now I'm going to be unmuting people. So Frederick, I'm going to unmute you first quickly.
I don't mind the laptop.
Okay. So, Frederick, I have just given you a piece of homework. What is that piece of homework?
Okay, let me quickly check it. And this is Mauli using Frederick's.
Okay.
Okay. Let me quickly check there.
Okay, but okay. So let me repeat the homework quickly. I want you to go into the learner orientation and induction course. right?
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yes.
I want you to go through each of these activities as they are in the course. So you
Yes.
start at the top of the course and you go through to the bottom of the course. Okay.
So
Yes.
first is through the announcement.
Yes. And then you check what's there. Then you go to the
Then
say hello and then you say which is your favorite animal or food. Then you go
yes.
to the attendance and you mark yourself as present.
Yeah.
Then you complete your profile. Then you click on the page to open it. Then you click on the book to open it. Then you do the self-marking quiz. Then you do the essay questions. And then you just do those two assignments. But remember, those assignments, it doesn't matter what document you upload or what words you type in. We're just practicing how to use the platform. And then you do the course evaluation.
Okay.
Okay. So do you think you'll be able to do that for me this afternoon?
Yes, I think I'm on it. I'm going through it now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what I then what I want to just mention to everybody, that's all that we're going to be doing in this first lesson of ours. I want everybody who's present there today. I want you to now move through this course so that you can experience how it looks from a learner perspective. Then what we're going to be doing tomorrow we're going to be starting to look at practicing to build a course. So what I want everybody to have available tomorrow is some of the learning material that they will be using in their programs.
Okay.
Okay, so that's then going to be it for today. I'm just going to be sending this video out to
Yeah.
everyone. I'm going to be uploading it onto YouTube, and then I'm going to be sending it out to everyone. But please note, it does take about 30 or so minutes for my computer to finish processing the video, and then it takes a little bit for the video to go up. So the video is only going to really be available at around 6.
Okay.
Okay, so that's then where it's now time for me to do my usual goodbye, saying goodbye bit. So I'm going to tell you that there's good news, everybody. There's like a couple of vaccines that are available, which is yay, good news. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the world, and it's going to take quite some time for the vaccine to spread. And the bad news is that it looks like South Africa has gone up to around 4,000 new infections a day, which is a bit worrying because remember, the virus tends to have a bit of a geometric growth. So 4,000 easily becomes 8,000, 8,000 easily becomes 16,000, and so on and so forth. So let's all then just make sure that we take proper precautions by washing our hands, not touching our faces, and wearing our masks, and by staying home as much as possible. You know, rather than going out to the restaurants to buy food, rather make your food at home. So this then is Dirk Reiniger from Audit Campus saying goodbye, good luck, and see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.